Hello, I am Daoud, Principal Analyst at Compliance Standard LLC, and this is our ITAD roundup on the ITAD sector evolution for the week ending September the 9th, 2025. This week's ITAD comes from a rather quiet period in the industry. With a few new announcements or deals, we turn to our own research to provide insights into the trends that are shaping IT asset disposition in the electronic recycling sectors. The first study we published this week looks at Close the Loop, an Australian company with operations in the ITAD sector in the United States. The company reported a financial downturn essentially after processing what we think were too many low-value devices. The results, from our perspective, most likely show evidence that profitability depends on asset quality and that resilience and integration are as important as scale. The second report reviews the economic picture. US indicators point to a softer consumer confidence and slower hiring, yet, as you know, hardware demand remains steady. HP, Dell, and HPE, and many others have all reported growth, which, from our perspective, confirms that large volumes of equipment will be entering the disposition stream and the disposition channels in the months and the years ahead. HPE's results add another dimension. Growth in servers and in networking is driving significant refresh cycles, and most of the resulting hardware now flows back through HPE's own leasing and remarketing arm. As such, we argue that independent providers in the ITAD space will need to focus on specialized services and compliance-sensitive projects to stay competitive. In another report, Windows 10 is also reaching its final months. But in August, Windows 10 experienced market share gain despite reaching the end of its life. What we found is that this recent rise in market share was essentially caused by refurbishers clearing inventory ahead of Microsoft's licensing cutoff. And this episode essentially shows how deadlines set by, let's say, software vendors directly influence unit and resale values and clearance strategies. Another paper highlights a temporary surge in PC activity. Windows 10 replacements, the first wave of AI-capable PCs, and clearly a strong data center upgrade cycle combined to push shipment higher. So this may be creating a short window of elevated inbound volumes that operators in the ITAD space will want to manage efficiently. Now, going back to HP, now the other HP Inc.'s third quarter results further illustrate the transition that we're witnessing. AI-enabled systems already account for 1/4 of HP Inc.'s shipments, and education enterprise refreshes are adding to the flow of higher value devices. So I believe this research matters because it shows that the industry is entering what could be a period of rapid change, shaped by all sorts of factors from asset quality and OEM control of returns to lifecycle deadlines and the arrival, obviously, of AI-enabled hardware. Each of these factors will undoubtedly influence profitability, will have an impact on resale strategies, and certainly will have an impact on compliance requirements. So to explore these developments in more detail and to access the full studies behind this week's highlights, if you're an existing client, follow the usual client portal link. If you're not a client, we invite you to consider supporting our research by subscribing to our service, the details of which are posted via this link. Until our next talk, thank you for listening and goodbye.